Art in my heart, art in my head, art in the walls before I am dead. Art in my hands, art in my feet, art up the road, art down the street, oh yeah, art. All right. Oh my golly. Here we go. Classic depressing song to start us off at the top of this hour. We're gonna do right now. We're gonna do it right now. The Storie Grubb Draws. Oh hey, how is it going, everybody? Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to be seen, and it's good to see you. Why not? Oh golly. Yep. I would turn your speakers down a little bit because Storie Grubb just came on the air. Oh, I've been hooting and hollering for quite some time, but does it really matter if anybody notices or not, huh? Does the tree still make a noise if it falls in the forest and nobody's there to make a noise or record it with the boombox or something? I don't know. Does it really matter? I don't know. It matters to me. It matters to me that you have a voice, that you have a sound. That oblivion is macro and micro. If that makes any sense. I don't think so. And then you think about sense. And you think about all the time wasted on trying to make sense of things. That'll never make sense. Or if you're a cashier, you think about making sense of that too, making change, just doing what you gotta do to get on to the next little kick, whatever that kick is, you know? That's what I'm saying. And then you got this thing, this burning thing that just kind of comes and goes all the time. Fingers and toes, how it goes. If anybody has any thoughts on this, I would like to know because, you know, art was built for us, you know. But it's because of art is who we are to this very day, all of us, every single one of us, even you. Art has touched every single golly gosh darn dang one of you. And I love it. I love it for that. You know what my favorite kind of art is? I love graffiti. And I love, like, really well done graffiti. Or walking past a bridge that's 200 feet in the air or something like that, you know? And there's, like, this awesome tag on the bottom of it. And you're like, huh? And then I just bow down to, like, the person who did that because that's just some kind of artistic god in my book. Now, the best kind of art is the kind that's, I don't know, almost a force of nature, you know? It's not a stencil, it's not just some kind of hood ornament for people to wear. A patch to put on their arm. No. Oh, shit. No, it's not. It is something else. It is art. Art is the thing. Oh, I wish everybody would listen a little more. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my friend's channel. Up or down, they're all my friends. Content creators. They're all artists. They're weird. But I love them. I'm a man you don't meet every day. But I like to draw. Isn't that right, sorry? I mean, it is very true. I like to draw. Sometimes people like to watch. Sometimes people like to come and say, "Hey, you're a bag of upside down smiles." Sometimes somebody said that to me once. You're a bag of upside down smiles, you big jerk. And you know what I said? You know what I said right back at him? Sorry. You know what I said? I'm gonna turn your frown upside down again in the morning. Once again. I hate this song, and everybody's crying for the artist gods in the daylight morning. We're burning like butterflies in the sky. I think it's a Denver song. Peter, Paul, and John Denver. It's just a mixture of stuff. I think you guys understand just fine. I like to laugh. I like to smile. Why not? So sue me. But don't, please. I can't afford another lawsuit, man. It's hard out here for a gangster. Golly gosh darn dang. When are they gonna understand it? It's hard out here for a gangster. Son of a god bust out my ninja weapons. People think I'm lying, but I'm not. I got size, and they are metal, and I will. I'm gonna go out and rob a bank. I'm just kidding, friends. That was just a joke. I would never do that. If anything, I'd be outside protecting the bank from people like me. I mean, people like you. No, not you. People that would rob a bank. Besides that, don't think it really matters. My accent changed. Might as well be somebody different now. And if you're with me, then I'm with you, right? So what are y'all doing for Christmas? Are we all getting together? Please don't tell me we're getting together at Jam's house like we did last time. Oh, Jam's house was quite disgusting. It was quite green. Ugh. I'm still wiping the spores out of my nose from breathing them in, sir. I think it was the black mold that nearly got me. Oh, Jam, you need to do something about your house. I love you. Kid. But your house is full of black mold, and it is sentient. It's thoughtful, and it is... it's approachable. It's very confident, and dare I say, handsome. Clean that shit up, Jam. I don't want to die. Neither do my children. You don't have kids, sir. Shut up, boy. Just hold up the cue cards. I'm not done yet. I never had a name growing up. That's why I gave myself so many names. Because I gave up on words quite a while ago in the middle of sentences. For dramatic effect, yeah? Well no, quite. Oh, yeah. I didn't think I just cracked a rib. Hold on. Oh, earthquakes, everybody. It's California. Sorry. Love my artwork. You got presents? Like money? Gold? Come on, loot. Come on, don't leave me hanging. I want... Christmas is coming. I want my 2 front teeth and a bag of gold. Just a, it doesn't have to be a big bag, just a, like, grocery size bag. Grocery paper bag. Just bag it. But seriously, you're gonna give me gold? That's awesome. I just met you, right? But link is in the description for my address and my bank account number and all that, so go check it out. Let me know if you have any problems getting in, and I'll fix it for you. I just give you access to Terry. Hey, Terry, you got this, right? Oh, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. And sorry, welcome to the club. Yeah, we're going to charge your card about $25 at first, and then $3,000 every 3 weeks for the rest of your life. Thank you, Terry. So now, sorry, you know, like, the rules and everything. So once you enter the agreement with us, there's really no going back after that. And that's why there's 67 people in the room that I'm in right now. And they're all quiet as church mice because they know the rules. They know the rules. Hey, you in the back, get down. I see you. What is he? He's trying to use the bathroom? No. I see you. I see you. Sit back down with the others. There are no bathrooms here. I told you long ago. We don't do that here. There are no 1, no 2. It's number 3. We don't go. All right? I know it hurts. I know it's been years since you've used a bathroom, but can't go. No more. No more. It's part of the club. It's part of the rules. I'm still going on. Still going on. I shouldn't be saying this in front of non-club members. Doesn't make any sense. But, golly gosh darn dang if I won't be the one that tries to make sense of it. Thank you, Sadi, for opening my heart and making me whole again. I love you. It's been so long since I've fallen in love with somebody like you. It's been so long since I've loved with somebody that shouldn't have done like you. I'm letting go on the rodeo, and I'm still coming down too. All my dogs, all my cats, and all my horses, and all my bats, living on the log down in Tennessee. I've got a something done growing on the back of me. Something that's going down, everybody's happening. Who am I to say? What am I to do? With us, yeah. All right, children. Thank you for listening to that. My name's Blatt. Blatt Chokum. I'll be taking over for the rest of the hour. What was he drawing here? What? He was just filling in darkness right here, it looks like. That's what I call lazy, yellow, and disrespectful. But I'm pretty easygoing too. I mean, trying to pick up what he was putting down, maybe. But not really seeing much. Not really seeing the promise that I was, promised by the angels before I came on the air tonight. And now I'm wondering if those were really angels, or if they're figments of my imagination, or if someone did spike that lemonade that I drank at the airport. Whew. Because I'm feeling it, folks. I am down with it tonight. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you ever ridden a horse on the moon? I have. My name's Blatt Chokum. I'll be here for the next hour. We'll be filling in the gaps here at the Storie Grubb Draws. Yeah. Everybody's welcome here until you're not. Earthy, you know I love you. You think I am an Afghani? An Afghan? Like a carpet? You think I'm a rug? Well, think what you want, but don't think it here. I mean, wait a second. Wait, what? What? Mikhail, what is that? Why would you even say that? What does that even mean? You're gonna have to explain yourself before I kind of like make a joke out of that. Because I don't know, I don't know who's been talking, but they've been, spilling the beans a little bit, right? I'm a secret Afghani, and I want to know who told ya. No, I'm not anybody. I'm nothing. I'm a big fat nobody. Well, fat. I'm not really big. I'm just small and fat and round and creative sometimes. Because once a day I do this, and then the rest of the day I'm just a big, fat, lazy piece of shit. Seriously. It's really pathetic. And there's a word in the dictionary that I want you to look up, Mikhail. It's called dismal. Dismal. And just as that word sounds, I look, and that's how I will appear in the dictionary. It will just describe the look on my face, Mikhail. Oh, yeah, I don't care about the world as much as I used to. And I'm okay with that. And along with that comes a little bit of freedom and a little bit of respect for chaos. And other wicked theories like that. Oh, I'm so glad you stopped by. Thanks for the question, buddy. I really appreciate that. Love you. I do love you. Only. That's another one of my songs. I don't know why you're tuning out all the hits tonight with me, but it's true. It goes a little something like this. Oh, the best licking on that sound out sitting on the cow on the gas stand. Before the war began, that was about 300 years ago. That was where my family lived for a summer. And that was one of the best summers of my life. I learned how to play the sitar, and I learned how to ride a bull. The bull's name was Jerry. Oddly enough, it was named Jerry. It was some kind of joke or something. It was a village joke. And it was actually more of like a mule. It wasn't even a bull. It was just not even the same species. But they put horns on the dang thing, and it was kind of a cute thing. It didn't do much, but we had fun, and we got to entertain everybody and have a good old time. And it went a little something like this. Jerry wasn't a bull, but he was a mule with horns duct taped to his head. Jerry. And then so on and so forth for about 30 more bars and 55 more verses and 77 more choruses. One bridge, and you do the math. How about that? I was never any good at math. Oh, I was destined to be a blue-collar weirdo. And look what it's gotten me. Look where it's gotten us. Further and further apart from the truth. All of us, every single one. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Gustavo. Earthy, the turd foot is one of my favorite parts of this work. The turd foot? What? I don't even know what that is, but it makes perfect sense. Or, for this thing, I'm like, okay, where's the turd foot? Where is it? Are you looking at my hands? That song, Jerry Bull. Jerry Bull. That's funny. Hello. I see that you see the turd foot? Where is it? It's got to be right here then. This thing? No. Where's the turd foot? I put a first and a second foot in there, but I don't know where the turd foot is. Oh! Damn! Grubb out of left field with the joke that was going to save the world. If Bill and Ted were going to save the world with a song, I would save the world with a bad, cringy, Caucasianoid joke from 2025. Possibly 2026, if I'm given that much street cred. Like I've said before, it's hard for a gangster out here in the hood. We don't mess around. But we do have fun. But it's all about loyalty. The butt and the feet. Oh, these? And then the little shadow that's coming down too, I like that. For some reason that makes me happy. And it's also an arm. Because then it's like, yeah, when you see a hand, you just kind of your eyes naturally want to go follow the wherever it's going, especially if it's an open space, and it kind of coils up almost. This one is pretty fun. And there's a little cat in there somewhere. Hello, vegan. Did you get a permit for having fun? They're requiring permits now. Jesus. Jesus made this. Jesus made this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Yes, I've been making this. There was a great famine in 1914 after the Great War, the Great Art War of 1912, and only 5% of the artists survived that war, my friend. And I unfortunately was one of them. So I've been working on this. I call it my side piece. But I've been working on this baby since 1926. I mean, 1922. Possibly 1918. And it's important to remember these things to keep these ideas sharp, your perspective clear, your mission pure, your heart love with love. And your mind full of humor. It's never too late to turn something around with a joke, a bad joke at that. Fastest place to somebody's heart. Laughter. Even if they're laughing at you, as long as you can handle it. Because that's my whole thing is I want people to laugh at me. I'm a goofball. I'm a poof. I'm a doofer. I'm a doofus. I'm a creatus, Caucasianoid, circular, flabby, chubhead. In that order. Pretty sure. And at this point in my life, I'm absolutely fine with that. I never wanted, I would say, when was it? We went on this little mini tour. I took 2 bands from Boise with my band, and we did like a little 3-day tour from Boise to Portland and back, basically. But I realized on that trip that I didn't want to film, I didn't want to even be in front of a camera anymore. This is back in 2017, before that big eclipse in August. And I remember just thinking how fun it was to film bands. And I wanted to be like a videographer and stuff for a minute, or always wanted to be that stuff, but how do you start? You need money to start and get gear and all this kind of stuff, right? Especially nowadays, it's so much crazier. Everything is crazier from day to day. It's just I'm still catching up to Bluetooth and stuff. Everybody else is. Oh yeah, it's insane. Anyways. That's Ahmed, yes, it was a while ago. Thank you. You're very smart. Just a question: how many Sharpies were lost in the making of? Let's see. That's a good question, man. Probably like 15, like a box of them, like 12 to 15 of them. And I meant that you were smart, and I meant that as a compliment. Most people will say something and then they don't even respond or anything. But you're obviously on a different, to me anyways, you're on a different scale or a level than other commenters already, just because you seem intelligent and you ask good questions. And it just seems to me that you have a good heart. And you're gonna do some good with your life. If you haven't done it already, you're already on your way to having a really good, blessed life. That's what I like to think, anyways. But anyways, back to butt turd over here. Yeah, little turdy butt Magoo, and then McGee right there with the swan dive coming out the left cheek, as it were. So, which is also the cheek of the face with the teeth and the nose. It gets kind of crazy. How many? I've lost a lot, Ahmed. I've lost a lot. It was a very long time ago. It was a night just like this. The trees were burning. The cats were screaming. My hair was on fire, and I had a bubble in my throat. Oh, that's better. That's much better. See, and then I just go up the edge right here, up the edge of the map. I already messed it up on the other side, because I have it on the other side, just going all the way to the edge, like an idiot. But I can still fix it after that. I might just make an edge and have that one part going. Anyways, it's literally, I guess it's not literal, but you know, like the fourth wall. It's like breaking the fourth wall almost. It's a visual representation of it. Sometimes it takes a lot of Sharpies just to get the kind of darkness you're after, especially when you're laying it on thick. When you're laying it on thick. The lost art of realism? There's no such thing. Realism is a what kind of realism are you talking about? Because, in my opinion, realism is alive and well and thriving. There's a city called Realismo. I go there once a year, and I get my portrait, and it's the most realistic thing. As you'd think a portrait of my photograph, but it's not. It's just a portrait of my face. It's a charcoal fecal matter drawing, painting, splattering of me, and you'd never believe that it wasn't real. You'd better reach right into the painting and pull me out, my little shit-stained face and all this stuff. You absolutely would love this place. I'm telling you right now, Ahmed. It's right up your alley. your realistic alley. Diagon Alley. It's right next to Diagon Alley. I like Diagon Alley too, but yeah, people that walk there as if they just got shot in sideways or something. Everybody's limping and skimping and pimping. Oh, horrible place, Diagon Alley. Unless you know exactly what you're looking for. And thank God I did. I was just looking for milk. Yep, and the place that said they had it actually didn't have it when I got there. I called and everything, asked them to set aside for me, and I didn't care if they set it outside, and it got warm, and it got infested. Just save me one carton of the dash dang milk. I want the milk and I want to die. It's your milk, use it when you want it, kind of thing, and it didn't work out for me. No. So I laid destruction to Diagon Alley. I laid destruction to that entire alley. Oh, hey, I broke the fourth wall right there too. I didn't even... There we go. And now I can bring that underneath there. Oh, crap. The paper's thinner right there than I thought. Now I'm gonna have to... Gosh darn dang. There. Sort of fixed it. Abnormal and do this heretic stuff. That's what they call it. Muggles. I call them normies. I'm a bit young and dabbling in the art of realism. Ahmed, you're an artist? Is that what I'm picking up? That's what it sounds like. Like you want to do stuff that's more provocative, perhaps. Maybe not fast, but it's happening a few years ago. I was seeing a lot more realism artists now. People stop doing it because it's too hard. I guess it makes sense. Or we have cameras. Yeah. I wouldn't, you know, think too much about it though. Because I think everything comes in, you know, it ebbs and flows and stuff, you know. And I think just how, for when I was young, I saw us go from, and just in my time, I'm not trying to be like, I have they made, cans with string, and that's how we spoke to each other. No, but I was born in '79, so I saw, when I was a kid, basically cassettes. We didn't use 8 tracks and things, but there was cassettes. Cassettes were cool as shit, and and then CDs became a thing when I was like 10 in 1990, and I was like, whoa, this is trippy. But then by 2000, whatever, 2, whatever, everybody's doing the MP3 players and stuff. And every 10 years, it was just something crazy and new. And then all of a sudden, it's like, why everything's wireless and the cloud. But at the same time, my point is that the records went out, all those other things went out of style. It's not like 8 tracks are coming back into style, but vinyl certainly did. And I think that photography and things like that go. I think there's a lot of people doing it right. To be fair, just like in any art or any craft, there's people that want to go for the immediate. They use the immediate tools, to get what they need. Because I sort of do that. I use Sharpies. I don't use good ink, but I draw this. I draw a universe of whatever with cheap pens, because if I don't use them, I lose my attention. Because they take forever to, the other ones take forever to dry, and I can't. I always would get ink on my. I'd smudge it and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, sorry. Let me read some of your comments. Old realism artist. Yeah, okay. I started drawing around that age as well. I guess I went the opposite route. But no, I mean, I think realism is great. I just have no interest in it, you know? Personally. I have no interest in creating it. Um Whenever I would try to draw somebody or something, or whenever I do, I should say, cuz I still do. I'll look at a photograph or whatever it is, and it'll definitely have my twist on it, you know? Um but because I can't, to be honest, I think it would be super super duper difficult for me to do a realism piece, like a study or something, like a face, even hands. And not because I probably couldn't do it, but also, or even get better at it, but I think it's just not something that has ever interested me, because my brain doesn't work like that, you know. And your brain, and yet that's fine that yours works like that, and I'm like, envious of that kind of discipline, because it does take discipline what you do, if you're talking about the same thing that I'm thinking about. um I have a friend, her name is Ann Boyles, and she does the craziest realistic freaking things that you'd ever seen, with cheap household paints and uh, kind of like collages and magazines and things like that. And it's just incredible what she does. She used to live in Boise, Idaho. I don't know if she's there anymore, but amazing, but it's like, yeah, it would take a whole different part of my brain to do that. Anyways, yeah. And right, and I've always, ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to just, you know, do more I lean more towards this style. I've done realistic stuff, but not like, realism, if that makes any sense. Yeah, good realism is impressive. And even if it's not, I guess, I mean, I'm just impressed by art and people. I'm impressed by, like, the passion that somebody, because you can see passion behind art, and you know, when something moves you, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look perfect, but if it does, all the better. If that's what they were going for and they pulled it off, that's a huge thing. But I'm a connoisseur, and I'm a purveyor, and I'm a stickler, and all this stuff for art and people that want to make it. It's a universal language, and we are more powerful together than categorized and ostracized, set aside, demoralized. No, we got to come together. I was at the airport earlier after I flew in. I actually took the hold of a plane because I realized halfway through the flight that everybody had jumped out. I woke up and the plane was empty, and there was nobody even in the cockpit. All the pilots and all the robots and everybody was gone. And so what I did, nothing short of heroic, obviously, I landed that plane into the great sea of Nebraska. And I landed in Nebraska, and it was the best flight of my life. I landed in this was 10 hours ago, friends. I am still piping hot up. I'm still just like going strong after that little thing. Whew. I hit the eject button, and I flew down, and I was drinking this tea, and I was just like, what in the hell? I'm flying with butterfly wings up here. And people just started laughing everywhere I was. They were just laughing, and I could hear the voices of all my ancestors for the past like 5-10 centuries, just like laughing at me and stuff, and look at his shoes and look at his underwear and stuff, and just making fun of me because of what, like, my attire. Pretty much that was it. They were like, look at how I was dressed. they were just they were just poking fun at an old Storie Globes. Glub, because I went into that sea, and I went under the ocean, and I drowned. When I came back to life, I was a piece of person of again. I was a human being. Hold on a sec. I was a human being. I was brought back. What can I say? You know what did that, friends? Pancakes and art. That's why when somebody says, "What do you mean art saved your life?" How does that even possible? You can tell them that Storie Grubb sent you when you say this. Art saved my life, bitch. Now get off my lawn. And then they go running for their lives. Every time it works. Now send me $10 and proof of insurance, and it will be, all of your debts will be forgiven, and I will be there anytime somebody gives you any hassle for putting on those masks that look like Storie Grubb. Because those are going to creep people out at first. But once we start wearing the masks all over the world and even under the oceans, we're gonna start turning some heads. And then we're gonna put masks on those heads that look like Storie Grubb. And it's gonna be kind of gross, especially with all the fruit jelly that we're gonna have to put inside the masks before we put them onto people's faces. It's a lubricant, but it also looks disgusting because that outcomes from the eye holes and the ear holes, this jelly, and so it just is off-putting. Well, we could do pudding. We could probably do pudding. Yeah. Okay. Well, Terry. Hey, Terry. Yeah. Yeah. Storie. Yeah. Why are you so eager to talk to me, Terry? Usually you don't want to talk to me at all. No, you've been coming up with good ideas tonight. I'm kind of enjoying it. Oh, thanks, man. That's weird. Usually Terry, he's my producer. Usually he's kind of a prick. Well, hey, so what was I even talking about just a minute ago? Oh, you were talking about, like, I don't know, I think like taking over the world or pudding and gelling and stuff. Oh yeah, and masks. That's right. Thank you, man. These earthquakes. Oh my gosh, the earthquakes all over California. Can we do that? Do we have enough money for that? I don't know, it probably only costs like $50 or something to get all the Jello and the pudding and the fruit
the fruit jelly together and stuff like that to make the fruit jelly pudding disaster of 2025, maybe? No, it's not in our budget. We can't afford that, but we'll figure something out. We've got to get this done. We've got to do this. Yeah, we've got to do this. Okay, thanks, Terry. No, thank you, Storie. Thank you, Storie. And God bless you, Storie. God bless you. How'd you know I was gonna sneeze? I held it in. I held it in. Like, take that back then. Go to hell, Storie Grubb. Go to hell. That's better. Thanks, Terry. Sorry, everybody. Sorry that you had to hear that. Sorry, not sorry. Because I needed there to be, not only did there need to be pudding, needed there to be proof of how I am treated by my producers. Okay. I'm only as brilliant as my feet are willing to carry me. Which is not far. Yes. But I've calculated it about 6 square footsteps, in a sense, just because that's how long it takes me to get to the toilet. I also put the refrigerator. It's right next to the toilet. Who would have thought? Well, I thought of it, that's for sure. 6 steps to heaven and 6 steps to rest. That's how long it takes to slip into a coma in my neck of the woods, everybody. And God bless this mess. Everyone. You're sweet, Earthy. How did you know I'm on my period? What the? How the? Who told? Let's see. For hyperrealism, I would need either charcoal or a brush. Ooh. Like a, what do you call it? Airbrush. Have you ever used airbrushes before? I never have. Have you ever seen the work of H.R. Giger? Or even M.C. Escher? Those are 2 of my favorites. For different reasons, oddly enough. Escher was just a really, really fascinating man, too. And his work is just so cool. It's so playful. But just out of this world, I mean, creative. It just makes me wonder, like, I always wonder, like, why, how, like, because I'm obvious, I don't think it's obvious for other people, most people, maybe, unless you've come here often, but I'm obsessed with art. And all aspects of it, the creation of it, like the downside, the far side, the top side, the good side. I don't know what the good side is, to be honest. I like making art, but it's more so that I can't stop making art. It's like there's just something in my brain that has always just wanted to do it. And I've never not done it. In one way or another, But then you also think about, well, if I wasn't drawing, maybe Ahmed and anybody else that is like this would understand that, if I wasn't an artist, if I wasn't just a drop-dead, gorgeous, sexy son of a... just the regular artist, I would be something else. I would have obsessed over something else. And I like to think that would have been finances or something, because I probably would have been rich. And I like to daydream about a life where I was probably just like, I was rich enough just to be able to go into outer space and then like have my own rocket, so when I get up there, they think that I'm in the other room going to the bathroom, but I'm really getting on on my spaceship, and I'm flying to the moon, baby. I'm going through the Van Allen radiation belt, and I'm heading for the moon. They knocked nukes into the Van Allen radiation belt to see what it would do, and it just made more radiation. How did we get to the moon? I don't even know. We all heard this crap before. But anyways, I was going to the moon, and then nobody even stopped me because I didn't want to be stopped. And that's when they found me, the producers. I've been in the Antarctic moon cycle ever since, and that was, thank you, Therma. That's my water heater, by the way. Don't believe me? I'll show you. Hold on a second, friends. Hold on. Earthquakes. Oh, shit. There she is over there. Thermo, would you keep it down? We're trying to have a conversation. That's not a bong. You hear her? Jesus. Sometimes it's like gunfire. Come on. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, yep, there she is. I think you would still have done even if you did something else. It's an impressive bong. I wish I had a bong like that. It's like attached to my drum kit. Sorry. Well, I would have put that energy into something else, you know. And plus, for me, it's just there's never been that kind of a concept, because like Ahmed said, like, I could never imagine a life where I just wasn't uh, like I don't like using the word artist, to be honest, but I use it playfully in my videos and stuff. And I want other people to see my videos, and I want them to feel confident in their own artistic abilities. But, you know, it is what it is. We are what we are. And I've always done this. It's just something I've always freaking done. And it was something that I noticed that I was better at than most of the other kids the older I got. You know, like, because at first, like, everybody draws, everybody colors, but then you get to, like, second or third grade, and other kids aren't drawing. They're, like, they're reading, or they're doing their homework, or, you know, they're not doodling anymore, but, like, 5 kids are. And then by the time you get to, like, the 4th grade, 5th grade, there's, like, 2 kids in the class out of 30 that are, like, artistic. And then by the time you hit, I mean, for me anyways, when I hit high school, there was more kids like me, but I was still, like, very, very different than the other artsy-fartsy kids. They didn't have a name for me back then. They don't have a name for me now. They don't know what to do with me, and no tribe wants me. No tribe knows what to do with me. So I just get ignored. Because nobody believes in community. Like they say they do. The second you say anything that ruffles anybody's feathers, they drop you like a bag of bricks. And leave you to fend for yourself, even in your most trying times of your life. Even as you're screaming and yelling for somebody to help. I promise you. That's why you gotta come here and hang out with us. We're the best club in town. Sorry. Getting off topic. How long have I been stealing Sharpies? I used to steal Sharpies because I worked at vet clinics. And, you know, in, like, offices, medical offices, and, well, in this case, veterinary clinic offices, basically like medical offices, they always have the coolest pens. And so this is back when I was like 19, 20 years old, and I'd be trying out all these, like, pens and stuff, but then I started, you know, when I was getting savvy about which ones were actually worth their salt or whatever, it was always these pens, ever since I was 19. And it's not like the ones that have, like, the pointy tip, it's the ones that have, like, the, you know, that tip. And I love that my phone focused on that. Yeah, and I would always, like, take them out of the pet pen, but I would also, like, steal them from, like, the office closet or whatever with all the other things. Like, I would take, like, just enough, you know, until, like, because I stopped stealing on I hate to say purpose, but I was kind of a klepto when I was younger too, and I stopped stealing when I was like 23 or something. I just like never stole again. Um, but unless it was like food or something like like because I'm weird about stealing some things. It's because there's kind of like a punk rock like uh, idealism in there somewhere too, just like anti. I don't know, whatever. I think it is, however it feels. I hate paying medical bills, and I don't have to anymore because I have insurance and stuff. But whenever I'd go to the doctor, I would never pay my medical bills because all my life, just because or just I wouldn't go to the doctor, and I would just suffer because nobody in my family would help me, and I couldn't afford to go and get like my wisdom teeth out. Like I would still have them in my head if I couldn't have saved up, $1,500 to, you know, get them taken out because they want all that money up front, or sometimes like half of it they'll work with you, but still, I've always been pretty fucking poor, and I think that's why when I have money, I just blow it. And drogas, prostitutes, pimps, pit bulls, you know, the whole shebang. Actually, I have a club downtown. Y'all all kind of come down there. It's called the whole shebang bang. Oh, it's the kind of club that you're gonna love. It's open 24 hours a day. I'm joking. Yeah, the ultra fine tips are these are yeah. And I found pens that are like similar to them that I really like. Even the Artist Loft. These are pretty decent. And they have decent tips. And I like having different gauges, but um, something about just unless you're doing fine art, you can't do this kind of stuff with it. It just looks too. Because sometimes people look at this and they think this is the print, and I think that's a testament to Sharpie too. Even though it does fade, it'll fade over time a little bit, but if it's kept safe, it should last quite a while. Plus, pretty soon we're gonna have little things in our eyes to where we can change the contrast and everything in there to have like do different filters. So I'm sure people can just look at art a whole different way by the time that happens, like 2 years from now. Ooh, I love pit bulls. I think they're cute as hell. But I mean, I'm just an animal person, so. I was lost in the ground. I was lost. Now I'm found. And now I'm Alrighty. You're just busting out the hits tonight, aren't you, Vegan? Well, I never met a dog I didn't like. I'm a dog guy. I'm a dog guy. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you always make my heart hurt when you do. Golly gosh darn dang, you don't have to. What do you mean, like this? I'm just kidding. I really want to get the strings fixed in that guitar because I really love nylon strings. Or trade. I have a few guitars maybe I could trade for an electric nylon. But I want to start playing out, but it's and I've reached out to places and I've just gotten nothing in return. And it's one of those situations I think where I live there's like gatekeepers. There's like only so many promoters and I just want to play some rock and roll and I don't know who to even talk to about it. Back in Idaho it was easy or we had to turn down shows over there, you know, not that we were like the greatest band, but our style was cool for certain bands that were coming through town, so the promoters knew us and were just like, hey, would you want to open up for these guys? I'm like, yeah, sure. But here it's just I'll get asked about my art here and there, but nobody ever asks me about my music. Even, and I mean this with all my, you know, all love and all, but even from the communities that are supposed to like kind of, you know, be my pals and stuff. It's nothing but a cold shoulder. So you tend to just kind of learn how to do everything on your own because it just seems like I don't know. It's different in real life than it is on the internet, I guess. Or I guess after all these years, I still just haven't found my people, you know. And I don't mean like nobody. I've met plenty of people that I consider on the level, and vice versa. I'm sure, but um, but there's also a big grand disillusionment. The disillusioning. And it becomes sort of apathetic. An apathetism that takes over the soul. But it's easy to combat once you found your people. I wouldn't say I haven't found any of them. Plus, I love coming on. That's why I always say this. I love coming on live because I don't know. I do feel a community here, and I would say there's more of a community here with you guys than there is in my this life, you know, that I live. So I thank you for that. I always thank you for your company. It means so much. Hey, Dalton. Sister's new house. She just, oh, cool. Got one coat on 3 bedrooms, working on the baseboards. Cool, man. Well, that's rad that your daughter's got a house. Happy painting. And I'm going to go and relax for a little bit, have some dreams, and we'll do it all again, I guess. Thanks, Pastor. Appreciate it, man. And appreciate your friendship. Oh, yeah. And Sweet dreams. And good day. Love ya.